Time now for the morning rush. A judge will continue hearing arguments, deciding if Nehemiah Griego has been rehabilitated while in state custody and should be released.
The judge will also be looking at new videos showing Griego confessing to investigators about murdering his parents and 3 siblings back in 2013.
What did you do when you went in your sister? You know, I completely turned off my conscience. I really did.
3 years ago, Griego pled guilty to the crime and sentenced as a juvenile. He was only 15. He was supposed to get out when he turned 21, but prosecutors appealed his release and won. Details on possible sentencing coming up.
Now, we could learn more today about how a kidnapped 14-year-old girl from Espanola was found more than 1,000 miles away in Mississippi. According to Espanola Police Chief Luis Carlos, the teen was originally reported missing on Monday morning. Carlos says she was first considered a runaway, but now they believe that she was kidnapped. Now, it's not clear why the Mississippi Highway Patrol was put out an alert for looking for the girl and the white van that officials say she was likely traveling in. The girl is currently safe, and the suspects are behind bars. Kristen.
Mostly sunny skies through the day today. We won't see any rain or snow. Even the patchy freezing fog out across eastern New Mexico will clear through the day. Heading into Wednesday, a little bit more high cloud cover ahead of our next storm system, but still dry through Thursday night. That's when that next storm arrives. Crystal?
Happening today, the trial for the former elementary school teacher accused of molesting some of his students is set to begin today. Police say Gary Gregor sexually assaulted 2 elementary school girls when he taught in Espanola back in 2007. The Espanola School District recently paid nearly $9 million in settlements to the girl's family. One day before the trial, though, the state filed a motion saying they don't want jurors to hear just how much was paid, saying it could potentially influence the jury.
The Cibola High School English teacher accused of cutting a Native American student's hair and making a racist comment to another is no longer employed with APS. APS would not confirm if the teacher resigned or was fired. All of this comes from mounting pressure from both the ACLU and the president of the Navajo Nation for the district to do more to combat racism. APS board members held a meeting last week promising to take action.
On to an update for you. The Santa Fe Archdiocese is officially filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Court records show the Archdiocese submitted its filing yesterday. Archbishop John C. Wester says this is to cover claims of clergy's sexual abuse that span decades. Wester says the Archdiocese is at risk of running out of money to settle lawsuits. According to the New Mexican, Wester says there are about 35 open cases involving the Archdiocese.
New at 6, the Republican candidate for the Congressional District 2 race has 10 days to inspect more than 8,000 absentee ballots. This is down in Doña Ana County. Now, the impoundment of those ballots began yesterday. That's according to the Las Cruces Sun News. Now, you'll remember a district judge approved Republican candidate Yvette Harrell's request to have the ballots impounded, but the Secretary of State certified the results of the race last week, sending Democrat Xochitl Torres Small to Washington, D.C. in January.
Albuquerque City Council approves their wish list for the 2019 legislative session. New at 6, we're learning that it does include 2 projects they hope will ease traffic problems at Balloon Fiesta Park. City councilors are asking to build a spur to take rail runner passengers directly to Balloon Fiesta Park. They also want to install a ramp from the frontage road onto I-25 just south of Balloon Fiesta Parkway, making for a smoother exit. The council is asking the legislature for $7.5 million in state capital outlay funding.
Former President George H.W. Bush will continue lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C. His body will remain there until his funeral at the National Cathedral on Wednesday morning. He will then be taken to College Station, Texas, where he will be buried. Yesterday, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump visited Capitol Hill last night to pay their respects to the 41st president. Kristen.
Metro Threat Index chilling at a 2.4 today. We've got some cold temperatures out there now in the 20s underneath the clear sky. No weather problems expected this afternoon. Crystal?
The unsolved murder of a 16-year-old Albuquerque girl will soon be heard by people across the world in hopes of solving the mystery. Spring Miller was killed back in 1988 when police say she was walking on the sidewalk with her sister and a man intentionally ran her over. He was never caught. APD says it's one of their active cold cases. Jennifer Breachley is creating a new podcast now with hopes to renew interest in the story. There's a link on our website, always on KRQE.com.
Well, happening today, the Albuquerque Police Department is hosting a training event for law enforcement. The training is a 2-part session. One is aimed at reducing the threat of workplace violence. The other is for decreasing domestic violence and stalking-related homicides. Now, the training course is certified by the New Mexico Department of Public Safety. Kristen.
Time now for a check on that morning commute. No major problems out there when it comes to the map. We are looking clean and green. We also got live look outside. Looking pretty good at this hour. We'll keep tabs on that for you throughout the morning.
On to news, new at 6, a local toy store is offering scarves to those in need, but they're letting kids hand them out. The scarves at Color Wheel are for kids to grab and leave around town for those in need to pick up. The owner asks the kids to leave a note behind too. So far, more than a dozen scarves have been taken and seen throughout the Nob Hill area.
Good morning. When it comes to our day in history for today, I'm taking you back to 1958. Albuquerque Sunport actually recorded its warmest temperature we've seen in the month of December, 72 degrees. That was most recently. We actually hit that twice. Roswell Airport also set a record with 84 degrees in December, the highest temperature they've ever seen this month. So that was on this day in 1958.
Wow.
Time now for a look at those 5 facts.
We start with number 5 here. The Albuquerque Taupes are one of 5 finalists in the Copa de la Diversión competition. It's a minor league baseball initiative celebrating Hispanic heritage and culture. The Taupes are being honored for their transformation into the Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico. The league will announce the overall winner on Monday.
At number 4, we could learn today how a 14-year-old girl from Espanola was found in Mississippi. She is safe and is waiting to be reunited with her family. According to Espanola Police Chief Luis Carlos, the teen was originally reported missing yesterday. Initially, she was considered a runaway, but now they believe that she was kidnapped. It's not clear, but the Mississippi Highway Patrol put out an alert looking for the girl. Troopers then found the girl with 2 unknown suspects. This is near the Mississippi-Georgia border. Now, the suspects are currently behind bars. The FBI is now taking over the investigation.
At number 3, warmer today, but still chilly in the 40s. Quiet again tomorrow. Next storm arrives late Thursday into Friday, bringing rain, snow, and wintry mixed showers.
Number 2 now, the Cibola High School English teacher accused of cutting a Native American student's hair and making a racist comment to another is no longer employed with APS. The alleged incident reportedly happened on Halloween. The teacher, whose identity still has yet to be released, was dressed as a voodoo witch on Halloween. One Native American student says a teacher called her a racist comment. Another says the teacher actually cut her braid. APS will not confirm if the teacher resigned or if she was fired.
And at number 1, a judge will decide if Nehemiah Griego has been rehabilitated while in state custody or should be released. The judge will also be looking at new video showing Griego confessing to investigators about murdering his parents and 3 siblings back in 2013. Now, Griego pled guilty to the crime and was sentenced as a juvenile. He was supposed to get out when he turned 21, but prosecutors appealed his release and won. Now, if the judge rules that Griego should be sentenced as a juvenile, he could be released. If he is sentenced as an adult, he could face up to 120 years in state prison.
All right, we have a lot more news and weather coming up on Fox New Mexico. We'll see you on the other side.